All right, everybody. This is I don't know. Ever since I did that video, what was it? The venting session, and how well that was received. I said I would rarely do videos like that. This isn't necessarily a venting session. This is almost like a semi Q&A to an extent. It's almost like a video where I do like mini updates on life stuff and just kind of answering common fan questions I get. So look at it from that perspective. I don't know how I'll edit the video, like if I'll put up any specific visuals, to match what I'm saying or not. It depends on my mood. So think of this as I'll just listen to this in the background kind of video, just to kind of put it in perspective. But before going forward, you can at least do the usual if you don't mind. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description. Hit subscribe and hit the bell icon and select all. That way you don't miss out when I post new content. And if you want to donate to the channel, you could do so on PayPal or Cash App. Again, links are in the description below. Just a question that I get a lot, because I actually shared a meme a few days ago. It was definitely Day from next Friday, and I think the meme was like me. I'm done dating Christian women. They're crazy. And then it was like her. How are you doing, my fellow brother in Christ? And then me, it's like, grinning and smiling or whatever. And I shared the meme because I live in Lynchburg, Virginia, and I went to Liberty University. I worked at Liberty University. And it's a common thing that the women that I've tried to date have been, and I don't want to sound cliche or sound sexist because, it's just like a guy to say that, all women are crazy and everything like that. The thing for me, and keep in mind, I've been working, solo from home for over 3 years now. Yeah, almost 3.5 years now. And during that time, I've become very self-aware that I've also contributed to my lack of a relationship because of being selfish with my time, not really wanting to go out much at all because I'm an introvert and homebody, as well as being overly eager and, unfortunately, after learning the definition of the term recently, simping without even realizing it. But when it comes to the women's side, I feel like once you reach a certain age, it's like, wow, you actually ghost people, or at the very least, you're not even honest enough to just say, I'm not interested. Instead, you'll want to just ignore somebody completely until they confront you, not violently or anything, but, basically you get called out for your bullshit. Because that's happened a couple of times where, there have been times where I've tried to, express interest or date older women, and when I say older, maybe 2 or 3 years older at best, and then they'll literally say, oh, I'm sorry, you're such a good person, a good friend, and I was a bad friend for not being honest with you. And I'm like, yeah, it's like you wait a week to not say anything after I say I like you, and then I have to call you out. So yeah, I just feel like that's probably the recurring theme I've ran into with women in Lynchburg, just a lack of maturity. Don't get me wrong, I'm a kid at heart, but when I say lack of maturity, I just mean like not knowing what you want. And at the very core, it's like, fine, if you don't want me, that's fine, but just tell somebody, as opposed to just being childish about it, coming up with all these excuses. So that meme itself kind of spurred discussion because there were actually legit friends who I have not spoken with in a while. Like, I posted the meme on my Instagram stories and even on Facebook. And I have people, how there's actually like a meme for a meme like that. It just says, just because I post something doesn't mean I'm going through it. It just means I relate to what I'm posting, or I've been through it before. And there are people like, yo, what's going on? I know one person tried to set me up with somebody, but the thing is, she lives in Ohio. And I don't know, I didn't get that far into the conversation with the friend, like, talking about, wait, so where is your friend located? What's going on? Because they're in Ohio, and I'm like, I'm in Virginia. I'm not trying to do any long distance crap. So basically, I just had to explain to my friend, no, it's just a meme. I shared it because I think my caption for the meme was living in Lynchburg be like, and it really be like that. So a couple other people, I talk with, like, yo, you good? I'm like, bro, I'm fine. What the hell? So the thing is, there's a question I've been asked for years, but I figured out how I want to answer the question, and that's Jeremy, would you ever date another YouTuber? Basically, I feel like this could go for almost anybody. It's like, would you date someone in the same career field as yourself? That's a very good topic of discussion. It depends on a lot of things. Like, for example, do we work together or do we both do the same thing? You know what I mean? It's almost like, all right, I work in fast food. Could I also work with somebody? I mean, could I date someone who also works in fast food? It depends. It's like, does she work at Bojangles and I work at McDonald's, or do we both work in the same place? Because, I feel like that will lead to some differences, like, oh, what if she makes more than me, or what if one of us becomes a supervisor over the other? There are just a lot of factors that go into that. With the YouTube thing, I feel like there's a different level of notoriety for that. And look, by no stretch of the imagination do I think I'm a quote unquote celebrity. Sure, I've been on TV a few times. Yeah, I've been on TV before, a couple of times actually, before the whole haves and have not specials or own drama specials. My friend from college, she works as a news anchor in West Virginia. And I don't know if they do this anymore, or if they do, I just haven't paid attention. Pre-pandemic, that is, they had like this Friday thing where it's like caption contest. They would have a picture, and then like whoever came up with the best caption would actually make it on the news. And I think I shared it before, but you know what? Screw it. If I can actually find it, I will insert the clip right here. I'm pretty sure I've been on TV 2 to 3 times with them. And when I say by TV, you'll see what I mean. You'll see the meme, and then they'll read it, and then my Facebook, profile picture and whatnot will be at the end of the screen, bottom of the screen. So again, if I can find the most popular one I can, then I will post it in the video right now.
Hey, we did have a caption this winter. Today's caption this winter is brand new. Yes. It's JeremyCarden. Congratulations. Now, he did it to the tune of Montel Jordan's This Is How We Do It, but I'm not going to sing it because I will probably butcher it. So this is how he wrote it. This is how we do it. It's 6:30 a.m. We've got a morning show to film. It's supposed to be a low of 40, so I turned my heater up, forgot my gloves at home, and my hands are freezing in my truck. I get to work all excited. Our show's about to start, and you're all invited. Woo! This is how we do it.
Man, I think we have our new morning show theme song.
So thank you, Jeremy. Congratulations to you.
Now that's creative.
Yes, that is creative. Of course, Savannah and Hoda are up next. Catherine and I are back at noon. Everybody have a great weekend, y'all.
Okay, consider this future Jeremy speaking. If I did not put in that news story, my bad. I just couldn't find it, but I'm pretty confident I can. But in any case, yeah, so I made it on the news a couple of times, and people went crazy about that because they knew me as the meme guy back in college. And then, of course, the OWN specials, which I think is pretty awesome how they're going to play the Final Temptation at 7 p.m. on Tuesday night, right before the beginning of the premiere at 8 o'clock. So there's a good chance more people might see me on screen then. I'm going to make a point to actually watch it on TV. Yes, I have watched the special twice already. Thankfully, I found it online because they uploaded it to the Oprah website. And then, look, it's YouTube. A bunch of people already posted up on here. So I actually went ahead and I feel like it'll be different to watch it with commercial breaks. So I'll definitely be watching OWN at 7 o'clock. I'll probably be tweeting during that time too. Yeah, I'll probably get a jump on Twitter just because I mentioned this in another video that the plan is Tuesday to watch the haves and the have-nots, live tweet, take notes. After the episode, hop on a live stream. That's pretty much it. Yes, I know House of Payne and assisted living, but the haves and the have-nots take priority. I think everybody knows that. Well, going back to the subject of dating, when I look at a bunch of these YouTubers, not even just YouTubers in general, but television movie stars or just normal people in general, that they have a life or career outside of YouTube, and then they eventually go to YouTube. Like, I think a prominent couple, because if I'm not mistaken, Dove Cameron, she was a big Disney star, Living Maddie, the Descendants films and whatnot. I know she's been trending for the past couple of days for coming out as bisexual, and she was in some magazine, and that's gotten a lot of traction. But the reason I bring it up, she used to date one of her co-stars from Liv and Maddie, Ryan something. I know that in the show he played her boyfriend, and then they eventually started going out. Then they started making music together, had a YouTube channel, and then they eventually split. And then she started dating Thomas something. I know he played Captain Hook's son in the Descendants films. They had a long-term relationship, but they broke up, I think last year. But the thing I'm bringing to the picture is like, typically when you're a quote-unquote social media couple, if you ever break up, it's hard to go back to being an individual. Like for me personally, I've been doing this for 3.5 years now. 5 if you want to count the Twitter and blogging years. And people, there are still a number of people who know me as the HAHN on Instagram, or the haves and the have-nots guy, or Tyler Perry. Yes, there are still people who think I'm Tyler Perry. So to actually know me as Jeremy is, something special in itself, because people know me as opposed to just being the HAHN or the Han, as some people on Instagram say, because I guess they don't understand it's the HAHN as the haves and the have-nots. But in any case, I can't imagine, like, let's say if I were dating another YouTuber and we did content together, or at the very least we stay separate, like it's known that we're dating, but we aren't doing joint videos together. Maybe we'll do some holiday stuff, I don't know. But in any case, then for one reason or another, a breakup happens, and there's going to be a long stretch of time where no matter what I do, no matter what I post, there's going to be the comments of, what happened to so-and-so? Why aren't you so-and-so together? This and that. I couldn't deal with that. I just feel like we live in such a strange time now that, when you go through a breakup, like just going back to like school in general, going back to school, yeah, it might have been lunchroom or classroom gossip for a little while, but then, people will move on to the next thing. But the thing is, when you look at the social media age we live in, I always look at it this way. There's always going to be new viewers of my channel. Now, whether or not they stick around, I don't know. There's always going to be someone to find my channel for the first time. Like it's 2021 and 2025, somebody will look at my channel for the first time. Like imagine if somebody, let's say 2023, I'm dating someone, me and her are doing content together or whatever, and then we break up in 2026. Now in 2028, there could be somebody who just came across one of those videos we did a few years ago together, and then when they see my solo stuff, in the future, they'll be like, wait, what happened to so-and-so? Do you see what I mean? It's like, even if I moved on, there's always going to be the comments that make you kind of go back to that thought process of, here we go again, I don't want to explain this and yada yada. So there are some pros and cons though. Think of it this way. If I'm going through some hardship, like maybe some depression or, writer's block, or just experiencing creator burnout, my girlfriend would understand what I'm going through. But then at the same time, I feel like, would it be difficult or easy to separate ourselves from our work? Like, for example, in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to have 5 shows total to juggle, not to mention the eBay store as well. So, and then the move. Well, let's just omit the moving, because that's only a one-time thing, as opposed to, let's just say, future Jeremy, I have my house, I'm all settled in, and then, me and the girlfriend, doing what we do in terms of work. But let's say her channel doesn't require as much time and attention as mine. And then it's always going to be like, ooh, is my productivity going to dip as opposed to increase, based on having her around, quality time, making sure she doesn't feel ignored. There are just so many things that go in with that. Hell, to be honest, even if I had a girlfriend who wasn't a YouTuber, I feel like that would be an issue in itself, because she would have to understand that there are certain times of the week where I have to work, So, yeah. So would I ever date someone in my quote unquote profession? It depends. Like I said, I feel like what really would be the deciding factor is if we work together. I think that's probably one of the more prerequisites to actually look into. Like, I wouldn't mind doing videos together. Like, let's say if she was into some of the shows I watch, like, let's say she watched The Oval. Like, I mean, she obviously doesn't have to watch every single Tyler Perry show, but I wouldn't be opposed to doing Zooms or, live streams like I do with other fans, so it's no big deal. But yeah, I would have to think hard about whether or not I would date someone who was in the same profession. Hell, my own personal rule back in the day, working at the call center and whatnot, never date coworkers. Have I had crushes? Hell yes. But did I date coworkers? Hell no. Because, inner office gossip. But I would clock in and when I clocked out, I clocked out. That was pretty much it. All right. So next thing is, I mentioned this in my live stream last night, but just to kind of reiterate, yesterday I finally got my freaking check from Clayton Homes. So that $1,000, well, technically, long story short, I got all the money I put down on the house back. It's just that, think of how long it took. This time in January, back in January, I had signed the documents, I had picked the house, I had put down money. At this point, I was only waiting to get pre-approved for financing. And I'm thinking, wow, that was easy. Maybe by March or hell, April, I might be out of Lynchburg. The house will be all set up and ready to go. But no. So Wednesday, I called corporate headquarters of Clayton Homes again, because the last time I had called a week or so prior, they said, oh, give us a couple of days. I'll be sure to expedite this situation to get your $500 check back, since that's the one that had your name spelled wrong. And Clayton Homes in Lynchburg already has a $1,000 check they're holding on to once the second check comes in. So I called, and over an hour on the phone, bless the woman that helped me out. I actually wrote down her name and everything because she gave me some helpful information, but she was able to help me. And I told her, like, look, I work customer service. I'm not trying to flip out on you, but let me just break it down. I'm going to call the Better Business Bureau. I'm going to report Clayton Homes because this is some fraudulent situation going on here. Like, I put down money back in January. They went until March to tell me I'm not approved. And then they told me what was supposed to take 2 weeks to get my money back has been going on for almost 3 months. So yeah, what's going on? So thankfully, she was able to get the $500, the initial deposit, directly put on my debit card. And then she even had a conference call she added into Clayton Homes of Lynchburg, and they mailed my $1,000 check out, which I got yesterday. So finally got the money back. But like I said a couple minutes ago, it's sad that this time in January, I thought I was on my way to getting a home, but here we are at the end of May. I'm just now getting the deposit back. I still don't have a home, and my lease ends in a month from today on June 30th. So yeah, but if you saw my Instagram stories, then you saw that I had a bunch of boxes packed up. I still got even more stuff to pack, and I know I'm going to have to get like probably either the largest or the second largest U-Haul truck to get this stuff, moved from point A to point B, being the storage building or the storage unit back in South Boston, Virginia. I'm not depressed per se. I'm just annoyed. That's honestly how I'm feeling right now. And my mom said it'll take a few more days for her to get the people to, I guess you could say, update the deed to give a few acres to me, because I actually did get a email from F&H loans or bank. They're the ones who work with Home Solutions. I don't know if I mentioned this in a recent video. Wait, did I? I'm pretty sure I did, because I think it was that video I said why haven't I been uploading, and I just said that I went to Home Solutions in South Hill, Virginia. They showed me around. They talked about how they can construct a house for me based off my specifications. And, he gave me the most useful information out of anybody who's like, hey, since you're a first time home buyer and you say you already own the land, once you have a surveyor come out there to, I guess you could say, appraise it and whatnot, and once they update the deed, then you can use that land as a down payment. And I'm like, word? Because don't get me wrong, like, regardless of the land being a down payment, I'm still going to put a few $1,000s down on the house just to, secure it, if you will. But in any case, they sent an email just asking about the deed update and what I do on YouTube and everything. So I'm like, I explained everything, and I haven't heard anything back yet. Because my mom's like, oh yeah, I got a feeling this one's going to work out. I just hate to sound bitter, but when you, as the person who's been on the phone and doing emails for over 80 places and getting a no, you're very cautious, especially with the whole Clayton thing, leaving a bad taste in my mouth. I'm pretty much like, if it doesn't work out, I wouldn't be surprised, but hopefully it does work out, but I'm not holding my breath. We'll have to wait and see. So, plan is, maybe by the second or third week of June, get the U-Haul and just get the heck out of Lynchburg and I'll be done. So there's that. So that's pretty much where I am with the house situation. Finally got the down payment back, but doesn't mean I have a home. Let's see what else is going on. It's going to be a cloudy, rainy week in Lynchburg, which I'm honestly here for. Like I said, part of me wishes I still have my car. I'm just like, yeah, maybe I didn't think that one through. But there have been a number of, like they said on Bruh, either not carjackings, but cars being tampered with and broken into. And I mean like in the parking lot right outside my window, and even a couple of parking lots over on another side of the apartment property. So even though I don't have anything of value in my car, I'm glad I didn't bring it back just for the sake of, yeah, I don't need to waste expenses paying for repairs for somebody messing around with the car. So thankfully, my car is safe back at home. Memorial Day is tomorrow. Again, part of me wishes, damn, maybe I wish I could have go home because I'm pretty sure they'll be cooking on the grill, but it is what it is. Had a good time doing that live stream last night on Instagram and Facebook. I mean, not Facebook, but YouTube. I was happy notifications actually got sent out. Tyler Perry's Jazz Man's Blues finished filming, so I'm interested to see that when it comes to Netflix. Still haven't listed stuff on eBay. I'm just not feeling it. I'm going to do like one last listing before I move. Probably maybe 200 to 300 items, and then that's it. Because obviously, once I get home, I'm only going to be able to do cards because of my lack of space and whatnot. Like I said, I still don't need to grocery shop or anything, so I doubt I'm going out anywhere. Maybe I'll go to the mall to get a massage or something. I don't know. That would be nice. What do they call it? Self-care? And let's see. Had a dream about Valerie. When I say Valerie, I'm talking about Valerie from Bruh. That was kind of weird. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Honestly, that's pretty much it. Just laying back and chilling until the haves and the have-nots comes back on. That's honestly all I can do, because Tuesday's going to be here before we know it. Yeah, I feel like I said everything in my videos last night, so... Like I said, over 50 videos posted over the last week. Hopefully, I don't have to post that many in 1 week again. I feel like, Assisted Living and Bruh are both shows that don't require a lot of follow-up content. Like, I'll do my episode reviews, and then that will be that. Obviously, Sisters and the Haves and the Have-Nots will have follow-up videos. House of Payne, like, I was surprised how much content... Basically, how much lemon I was able to squeeze out of the lemon, which was last week's episode. And, yeah, that's about it. So, yeah, that's pretty much all my life updates. I really need to journal. Yeah, that's what I need. I haven't journaled in a while. But like I said, last week went to church for the first time in over a year, because even back at home, they're still doing the drive-in service, which I don't mind, because like I said, to a friend, like, most of my church back at home is older people, so they're not taking any chances. Plus, a number of them have passed since last year, which is sad. But yeah, there was no need to open in the entire church, but we had a good time, and just still laughing at the fact that people saw me on TV, and I'm like, oh wow. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, it was, because think of it from my perspective. Typically, I get the, yeah, you're on TV, but that's only electronically through emails and messages and comments. But to actually have people in person be like, yeah, hey, oh my God, we saw you last week. I'm like, oh, wow. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, that's really all I have. Like I said, maybe this week I'll have a house update. Maybe, I guess. I don't know. But that's it. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. I had about maybe 3 other videos I had to record before this one, so make sure you check them out. And with that being said, catch you all in the next video, and have a great Memorial Day.